Hey, this is Anthony from RevZilla TV. We can watch, decide, and ride. Welcome to our detailed breakdown of the new Schuberth M1 Helmet, available at RevZilla.com. The new M1 is Schuberth's first foray into a three-quarter helmet brought to the States, and they're really going after a few key things here. The first is that open face crowd. There are a lot of riders, both stateside and in the EU, that like a three-quarter configuration. But the key way in which they're attacking this market is through what I'm going to call modularity. There are a handful of elements on this helmet that can be tuned, personalized, or swapped out to allow somebody at the high end to really end up with a helmet that's going to best suit their riding needs. Now, you are looking at a helmet that is really going to be DOT, ECE, very lightweight, extremely premium. You're looking 3 pounds, 5 ounces for a large, but you're north of the $500 mark. So you're looking at Shoei J. Cruise, you're looking at the Arai CTZ. I mean, you're looking at some of these other helmets that are gonna have a similar configuration, but Schuberth is bringing its aerodynamic as well as its quiet technology to the party. So again, you're gonna get the benefit of all that wind tunnel testing and technology goes into C3 Pro that went into the C3 before that, and you're baking that into a new configuration. Now, when I talk about modularity here, the vent has 2 colors. They can be replaced. Your exterior is going to come in 7 colors. We've never seen Schuberth do 7 solids. This happens to be the black version. You're also going to have 5 different colors for both your face shield as well as your drop-down sun visor. So I have my tooling here over the side. There's my drop-down sun visor. Again, 5 different color schemes. Again, on the anti-scratch, anti-fog drop-down, as well as on the exterior here. And that's not just dark smoke. Now, if we look at it, it is pin lock ready. My gripe on this helmet, my only gripe outside the fact that it is a big investment, would be for that cost you should be getting pin lock lens to come with your pin lock post, but that's okay. Let's briefly talk about fit before I break down the rest of the new Schuberth M1. Now, fit-wise, it's going to be that same fit we see from Schuberth across the board. Intermediate oval, but it really ties in with that ergonomic theme. And the nice part, again, staying with our overarching theme of modularity here, is when I pull out the comfort liner, you're going to see that your comfort liner actually has 3 parts. It has your base, it has what I would call the mohawk, which is the padding going across the top of your head, and then it has a forehead element. What they've done with the forehead and what they've done with the mohawk are allowed you to replace and tune them. So if you're a little bit longer front to back, you can get a thinner forehead pad. If you're a little bit rounder, depending on how it fits you, you can even out what the mohawk portion of the top of your head is going to look like. That's that modularity and fine-tune piece, and it's that flexibility that allow you the ideal amount of comfort and flexibility as well as style, depending on how you ride. The other thing that's nice too that you can't really see here is it comes with trim that replaces the side pods as well as your shield here if you want to go full on Metro, which is going to be fighter pilot design and open face, and ditch your 3/4 shield. Now, staying in tune with fit, remember we're going to ship for free over 39 bucks, and as always, subscribe to us at RevZilla TV by clicking our logo. Leave me your comments, your questions, and your feedback on the new Schuberth M1. Now from there, let's dive into some of the other nuances. Talk about the outer shell here. Again, we're just going to start on the outside and work our way in. It's the strong fiber. It's an acronym from Schuberth. It's organic resins. It is high from a durability and strength standpoint, but is extremely lightweight. You're paying for the exotic nature of those materials, allowing you to build strong to DOT and ECE spec, but keep it really light. The other thing you're getting here, because it is so premium, is you're getting an active vent on the front. And remember, this shield color can be changed, or this vent cover, but you're getting a massive vent that's going to vent to the liner here through 10mm vent holes. A lot of times you see 3/4 helmets, they don't have active venting because it's the 3/4, they can flip up their visor. Nope, Schuberth gave you a vent, and it's going to be a quiet vent that functions really well. If I work our way around to the outside, you have that light spoiler on the back, knowing that you're typically wearing this in upright configuration. As we work our way into the back, you're going to see the Schuberth logo done with this foil grille, and that's actually going to be covering those 2 passive vents along the back. Again, that's one of the big technology upgrades. Now, if we work our way down, you're going to see a feature here that's an add-on that I have installed to show you how it integrates. One of the really cool things about the Schuberth M1 is that it'll take the new M1 SRC, which is just like a Cardo G4, up to 4 riders, doesn't have an FM radio, but you can pair Bluetooth via GPS, you can pair to your phone. But the cool part about it is I'm going to reach down and uninstall it. This is the Schuberth M1 SRC. This is an add-on just over the $200 mark. This is their Bluetooth communicator. Notice it's an OE fit. If we look, it leaves the interface point here, and that's going to have in the box a panel when you buy this stock, because it's not coming with that. It's just going to come with that panel. But the beauty of it is that when you buy a Schuberth M1, it's actually coming with 2 microphones and 2 speakers pre-installed. So when I open this up and we look at the inside of it, you're going to have 2 mics, one on either side and 2 speakers. They actually come installed. You don't have to do anything but buy an M1 SRC and pop it in and you're good to go. So that's, again, another leading type indicator that Schuberth's trying to create that flexibility and ease of use factor at this high end. Now, if we look at our shield here, remember, you can completely remove it very easily and put the trim on. It does have those pin lock posts that's pin lock ready. And if we look, you're getting a lot of the newer technology from Schuberth. It's a class 1 optically correct shield. It's going to be that polycarbonate. Notice the lines at the top and bottom for additional rigidity. And you even have your turbulators here, which are going to disrupt the airflow and actually allow it to be more aerodynamic and quiet at speed. Again, we see this across the board with the Schuberth helmets. So if we grab my donut, we move to the inside of my Schuberth M1. This is where it gets really interesting again because they've changed the game here. So we've seen this technology in the past, reflective at the bottom, as well as these rubberized scales that allow you to put it down. Even if it's sitting on your seat, it's not going to move on you. Now from there, when we start to remove things, now you see these thermoformed, they're thermal or sonically welded components that are baked into your comfort liner. Here's my cheek pads. Notice there's no seams here. Everything's thermo welded. Flat seams that are going to be welded together, singular pieces. Again, seams actually create a little bit of space and they can create a pressure point. It's nice to not see them. Antimicrobial, super soft wicking interior that we see across the board on the Schuberth high-end helmets. I'm going to remove my other internal cheek pad piece here. Notice it's cut away so it slides right around your ratchet. It's a micrometric ratchet strap here. Again, very popular with 3/4 helmets, very popular in Europe. It's a one-hand disconnect. And if we move to the inside here, you're going to see the pre-installed SRC. Notice down here, you're going to see that microphone. There's a microphone on either side down by where my fingers are. And then if I let that strap fall, you're going to see the pre-installed speaker up in the ear that's actually worked into that cutaway. Again, you're not going to have to do any work if you want to upgrade to the M1 SRC. You pull it out of the box, you charge it, you snap it in, and you ride. The other nice part here, if I work it back down, is I'm going to start to remove my comfort liner, and this is where it gets really interesting again. So I'm going to pull my comfort liner out. Here we go. The comfort liner comes out on both sides, my snaps. Now we get into that 3-piece comfort liner that I told you about. And notice how this works. Remember, thermo welded, it's going to be completely devoid of extraneous material holding it together, so you're going to get great airflow through it. But here are the pieces that you can then modify. Notice, this is 10 millimeters. It goes across the mohawk, fully removable, same components. You can get a thinner one if it suits your needs. And here's the big one. Older Schuberth helmets, for folks that were a little bit longer oval, would create a really big pressure point in the front of the forehead for 2 reasons. 1, because of the shape of the helmet. 2, because of the thickness of the seams as well as the padding. Now you have the ability with Schuberth of completely removing and buying a different density. It comes with 10 millimeter, and that's going to change by size of the helmet, but you have the ability to make a lighter weight or a thinner comfort liner at the forehead, which is a really nice touch. And when this comes all the way open, you'll notice still no seams, 3D foam, thermally welded, high-tech stuff. A lot of R&D that goes into these bad boys. If we look at the interior guts, you're going to see on the interior of the M1, nice big ventilated channels coming from 10 millimeter vent holes. And again, right on the forehead there, you're going to see that Velcro patch to keep things in place. There is no strap. There is no snap. That is an area that typically gets a little bit of pressure if your head happens to be a little bit longer front to back, like most of us are. And again, they're accommodating for that. But again, what I love about the German engineering is that it's like when you look underneath the bottom of the carpenter's coffee table, and it's finished there as well. There's a lot of pride, a lot of thought that goes into the design. And again, it's very, very intentional how they design their products from the inside out, without a lot of room for error in the details. The other thing with regard to the interior too, if I just flip it back up one more time, is you have the Schuberth anti-roll-off system, which again hugs the jawline through the neck roll. That's down here. That's going to be really seamless. You're not even going to know it exists. It ties in with your chin strap, but again, it creates that additional layer of support so that your helmet cannot be pulled off your head that way in a crash scenario. Again, Schuberth is one of the only guys, if not only guy, doing this technology right now. They basically invented it, and it is a common theme. We see that there are plenty of types of crashes where if you get hit from the the back, it's going to want to ratchet that helmet off the front, and that gives you a good chance to thwart that type of injury or that type of scenario. Remember, within the Schuberth line, this is their high end. They're all high end, but this is going to be their 3/4. You have the C3, you have the C3 Pro, which is the top of the food chain. You also have that S2, which is more that full face aggressive sport and sport touring option. The next step in your journey is to click right here, read other rider reviews of the new Schuberth M1. You don't have to take my word for it. As always, we're going to ship for free over $39. And if you want to talk to a gear geek, see us at RevZilla.com or 877-792-9455. Thanks for watching our detailed breakdown of the new Schuberth M1 helmet. I'm Anthony. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We'll see you next time.